If you see my animations, then you know that I like fight scenes a lot. And I bet you're wondering, how do you do so good fight scenes? So, I figured it's about time I pass my knowledge of making fight scenes to you guys. Hello there, Sam here, but you can call me King Sam, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a simple fight scene in Scratch. It'll be simple, yet it will require lots of costumes and lots of momentum in animation. Now, I bet there are some people who've tried to make a fight scene and it didn't work so well, but it ended up being very stressful, so I'm going to stress relieve everyone from that. So for this first part, we're going to start with setting up the project and getting required characters for the fight scene. So get your computer and let's get started. Okay, so you've opened up a brand new project, which you can do the moment you enter Scratch, just by pressing the new project button. Next, we're going to delete Scratch Cat, and yes, we want to delete him. And be sure to save your project as you go along. That way you don't lose anything. Now, let's go and choose the sprite that we need. So, looking from the sprite library. So for this tutorial, I'm going to choose Terra, but you can choose any Scratch mascot you want, as long as it aligns with the animation. So here we have Terra. I'm going to hide her for a moment and choose an opponent for her. And that opponent is going to be a Scratch mascot similar to her design, which is Pico. Now I'm going to drag him to the side for a bit. Let's hide him too. Now we have our main characters. We're going to design the objects needed for this animation. This sprite, I'm going to name it Weapon, but you can call it Sword if you want to. And now to make the sword, first we're going to make the handle. We're going to turn off the outline, but allow the fill to stay, and change the fill to yellow, but you can change to whatever color you want. Then, on the circle selection, you can drag your cursor, and it'll produce a circle. Depending on how long you drag your cursor, the circle will be in different shapes. So to prevent that from happening, you need to press Shift and drag your cursor at the same time. Then you can use copy and paste to duplicate it and place it on its opposing side. Now we're going to make more of the handle. So we're going to change its color to whatever color you want. Then we're going to click the square button and drag a square with your cursor, just to make it a good shape for the handle. Then we're going to place the circles in front of it, simply by pressing the front button, or by pressing the back button for the square. Either way, it still works. Now we're going to draw the actual handle itself. For this color, it's recommended to use brown, but you can use whatever color though. Just drag your cursor downwards, and you can place it to the most accurate position. Just going to change it for better coloring. Yeah, that's good. Now, I'm going to make it actually look like a handle for the bottom side by heading to this section and dragging an inch of it downwards. And let's adjust the edges of it too. Just make it look less pointed and more curved. It's starting to come along, isn't it? It's quite cool, huh? And that's the handle done. You can experiment with the colors if you want to. You choose any of your favorite colors, as long as they don't look too odd on it. So now we have the main handle done, we can get started with the blade. But first, let's shrink the handle a bit so it doesn't look too big. Otherwise, the blade will be too small, and we don't want that. For the blade, we're going to go back into the square function and change the color to gray. A light gray will do, or dark gray, depending on where we want to start from. But go choose a bit in between. And then we're going to add a gradient color over it and make the gradient white, or sort of white. That should do it. And now we're going to drag our cursor upwards to make the square. Then we're going to maneuver it to the center and expand its width to cover up the entire handle, the sword. And of course, it has to be pointed like a sword. So let's lift off this edge and point it too. Now, we're going to add a bit more detail to the sword because it just looks a little bit plain and less shiny. So we're going to duplicate the blade and get rid of one of the gradient colors by pressing this button. And let's change that color to be a bit more brighter this time. Then we're going to align it with the sword, just to add a bit of a glow. Let's adjust the top too. And there we go. Now you can just drag it to the side by decreasing its width, or you could just use the rub out tool like me and just rub out one section. Make sure to have it selected so you don't rub out the entire sword. Otherwise, that'll be disastrous. And do your best to make this rub out a clear cut, not too wonky and abstract. And it should be fine. Just need to fix the top one up there. And there we go. Now I'm just going to fix this color a bit. But it looks a bit off there. But if you like it that way, then you could keep it. But me, I'm going to change it back. And adjust the colors too. Now let's increase its width a bit. And pull it behind the handle. By pressing the front key again. Now let's adjust a few colors on here. Alright. And there we go, guys. This is our sword. Our own custom made object. Now, let's save it so we don't forget about it. So now that we have our main central characters and object for both of them, we can actually make the actual fight scene sprite. So you could do it like this. You can call it fight scene if you want to, or Terra vs. Pico, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to call it fight scene. Now let's adjust Terra's angry costume. Or if you like, you can use the happy costume if you want, but to make it look like a more serious fight, I'm going to choose the angry costume instead. So let's adjust Terra's arm position by using the flip buttons a lot to flip it arm the opposite direction and rotate it upwards. And we can just rotate this arm upwards. This is already flipped to its accurate side. This to make it look like she's holding a sword. And speaking of swords, let's go and grab it. So you could just copy and paste a sword and just shrink it to a better size. And then place it right near arms. So I'm sure you guys might notice that it's not exactly grouped. So if you group it, then you can grab it all at once if you need to tap it again and move it. But if it's ungrouped though, if you tap and grab it, it's going to break up into parts and we don't want that. So let's regroup it back on and keep it grouped as well. We don't want her sword to look like it's smashed or something. Now, it's adjusted perfectly to her arm, and now it looks like she's holding it, doesn't it? So, with her holding it, let's position it somewhere. Hold shift and press the sword in her arm to rotate it and move it around. And let's shrink the sword so it looks a bit better in her arms. A bit more perfect. And there we go. Now let's copy it and paste it into the fight scene sprite. And move it to 1 inch. If you want to place it on the right side, you can do that. But I'm going to place it on the left side. Now to adjust the sprite's positioning by going to this section and changing numbers to 0. Now, let's make Pico's pose with his angry costume too. Again, take the arm, flip it, and rotate it to the better side. And you can do the same with the other arm to make it look like he's actually holding the sword. Now let's get the sword, grab the whole sword, group it, and copy and paste it into here. Shrink it to the accurate size. Make it big again for a moment. Rotate it. And put it on his arm. Now we can add this Pico into the scene. You could put him to the left side if you want to, but again, putting him to the right side. And there we go. That's the startup ready. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Looks like they're about to go into a battle scene. Now the action scene just needs a backdrop. So we're going to choose one of these ones. One that's a bit more suitable. One like, which one? It could be in a techno place or modern place. Or winter setting, a green setting, underwater. I think I'm going to have to choose one of the castle backdrops to make it look a bit more royal, like this one. But that's good, as if Pico's trying to target the palace and Terra is trying to protect it. And now that's our entire set ready. Ready to add some code in now. But first I save it. And there. Now to give this project a name. And I think I'm just going to call it Terra versus Pico. But you could change the name to whatever you want. Something related to the actual scene and what's going on. That's a whole set ready. Ready to add some code in. And that's it for today. Now that I've shown you how to start the project, in the next part, I'm going to show you how to start animating. So if you don't want to miss the next part, then subscribe to my channel. And if you like this tutorial, then give this video a thumbs up. And by the end of this series, you'll have a finished fight scene with no stress making it. So no and more. And if there's something else you want me to show you how to do, tell me in the comments. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.